Hi guys, this is part 3 on series on HCF and LCM. So here we'll be taking a look at how to find HCF and LCM of fractions and how to find HCF and LCM of decimals. Both these things are pretty similar, so let's get started and see how we do these things. So first, let's do HCF and LCM of fractions. And the formula, let's just list out first. HCF is HCF of numerators divided by LCM of denominators. Okay, and LCM similarly is equal to LCM of numerators divided by HCF of denominators. So now I hope all of you know what numerators and denominators are. If not, let's just take a quick example and see what these are. Suppose you have a fraction 1 by 2, let's say. In this case, 1 is the numerator, or in other words, whatever you write on top, and 2 is the denominator, or whatever you write below the bar. So let's see how we find HCF and LCM of these fractions. Let's take an example of 3 fractions. Example 1. 3 fractions, 9 by 10, 12 by 25, and 18 by 35. So first we need to find out what the HCF is. So to find HCF and LCM, right? Let me just pick another color for the solution. So first we start off with HCF of the numerators, 9, 12, and 18. And then we want to find what the LCM also is, but that I do consecutively. So let's do factorization. 9, 12, 18. Let's just list out the factors now. We can use upside down division for factorizing these. If you guys don't know what it is, you can go check my part 2 video in which I've done a detailed explanation on that. If not, I'll just quickly do this for just 9 and we can see how it's done. So since 9 is an odd number, the first prime number we can try is 3. So since 3 divides 9, 9 divided by 3 gives us 3, and then again another 3 will give us 1. So the factors are 3 times 3. Similarly, if you do the same for 12, I'll just do this for 12 also. 2, 6, again 2, 3, and 3, 1. So the factors now are 2 times 2 times 3. Let me do this also for 18. Again 2, 9. 9 is, we have to do 3 since 9 is an odd number. 9 divided by 3 is 3, 3, and 1. So it's 2 times 3 times 3. Now the HCF is equal to, we need to find the common factors. So we see that 3 here is common, just 1 3. So 3 is the HCF. And what about LCM? First, we list out all the different factors that we have. 2 and 3 are the different factors. And let's see how many times these numbers are repeated, like the maximum time. So 2, if you take, for example, it's repeated twice here, right? So 2 raised to 2. And similarly, if you take 3, it's repeated twice in 18. So that again becomes 2. So the answer is 2 raised to 2 is 4. 3 raised to 2 is 9, which is 36. Okay. So now the HCF of numerator is 3 and LCM of numerator is 36. Next, let's take the denominators 10, 25 and 35. Here I will not show the factorization, I will just list it out. Once you guys get familiar with this, even you will be able to list it out quite easily. You don't have to always count upon up down upside down division. So for 10, let's start by 2 times 5. 25 gives us 5 times 5. Notice that 25 is not an even number. So the next you can try is 3, but 25 is not divisible by 3. So the next one you have to try is 5. 5 divides 25 quite easily. So the last one is 35. Again, it's an odd number, so 2 is out of the question. 3, can 3 divide 35? No. And the next number we can try is 5. Yes, 5 divides it, 5 times 7. So, what is the HCF? We have to check for all the common factors. 2 is only present in 10. So let's do 5 here. Yes, 5, 5. Okay, so 5. And is there anything else? 7 is only common to 35, so it's not. LCM, first let's list out all the different factors that we have. It's 2, 5, 7. So 2 is repeated, looks like just once. Let me choose a red color to show that. 2 is repeated only once here, so 1. 5 we have 2 times in 25, so 2. And 7 looks like is just 1, so 1. So that's nothing but 2 times 25 times 7, which is equal to 2 times 25 is 50. 50 times 7 is 350. Okay. So looks like the screen moved a little. Let me just bring it back. Okay, there you go. So now I'll just show it here because I'm running out of space. I don't want to use another sheet because the working is on this one and I'd like to keep it here. So HCF of the fractions is equal to HCF of numerators divided by LCM of denominators, which is equal to, what is the HCF? Let me use blue. HCF is this right here. So 3 divided by, what is the LCM of denominators? Denominator is in this section here. So it's 350. 350. That's it. That's the HCF. And now LCM is similar. Let's use green for that. LCM is LCM of numerators divided by HCF of denominators, which is equal to, now the first is the LCM. LCM is here and it's 36. So let's write 36. And then HCF of denominators is right here and it's 5. That is the LCM. That's it, guys. It's not very complicated. It takes a bit of practice. Once you get to know how the factorization is done, it's a straightforward process. Let's do the next section that I wanted to cover, which is decimals. Okay, so a lot of these things will be done again because decimals are nothing but fractions. So let's see how we can do those right now. So let's take example 2. Oops, I don't want to use this color. So let me go back to white. Yeah. Example 2, decimals. That's right. So I wanted to do for 0.48, 0.72, and 0.108. I hope you guys know decimals. So suppose we have a 0.108. So if I want to make this into a fraction, what I do is I move the decimals 3 places. As you can see, 1, 2, and 3 places. So once I move it 3 places, I need to divide it by 1000. In other words, if 0.108 can be written as 108 divided by 1000. Similarly, 48.48 rather can be written as 48 divided by, since we need to move it 2 places, it's divided by 100. Same thing with 0.72. We write it as 72. Since we move it 2 places, divided by 100. Okay, so let's see how we can list these as fractions. So 0.48 we saw was 48 by 100. 0.72 is 72 by 100. And 0.108 is 108 divided by 1000. So let's take all the numerators first. 48, 72, 108. Let's find the HCF and LCM of these. For 48, let's do the factorization. You guys can use upside down division and find this out. I won't be showing it here, but it's the same as the previous problem that we saw on fractions. It's the same thing, so we just do the factorization here. So first let's start off with 2 times, so 48 divided by 2 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. Similarly, 72 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And 108 is 2 times that's 54, 2 is 27, so 27 divided by 3 is 9, 9 divided by 3 again is 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So what's the HCF? HCF, we need to find all the repeated numbers. So looks like 2 is repeated everywhere. So let's first write 2 times. There's another 2 repeated. So another 2 comes here. Times, is 2 again possible? No, because 108 does not have any more 2's in it. So the next one would be 3. Looks like, yes, we have common 3's. So 3 gives us 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. Perfect. And then LCM. LCM is, first let's list out all the numbers. 2 times 3, that's right. So the maximum repetitions of 2 can be found in 48. As you see, it's repeated 4 times. So let's list it as 4. And 3 is repeated 3 times in 108. So that's 3. 2 raised to 4, or 2 to the power of 4 as some people call it, is equal to 16. And 3 raised to 3 is 27, which gives 432. Then lastly, let's do denominators. But as you guys can see, there is 100 and 100 repeated here. So we can just take 100, 100 and 1000. Let's list out the factors. Just want to separate these two so that there's no confusion. Okay, 100 is, first start off with 2, 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 25 we'll have to go with 5, so 5 divided by 5 is another 5. 1000, similarly, let's start off with 2, gives us 500. 500 divided by 2 again, 250. 250 by 2 is 125. 125 is not divisible by 3, so the next number we would want to try is 5. 125 by 5 is 25. 25 divided by 5 is 5, and then we have another 5 to divide that. So 5. Excuse me. So what's the HCF? Looks like 2 2's and 2 5's, right? So HCF is equal to 2 raised to 2 times 5 raised to 2. 4 times 25, which is 100. LCM, the highest repetitions of 2 we can find in 1000, which is 3 times, and 5 is repeated 3 times again. 2 raised to 3 is 8 times. 5 raised to 3 is 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125, which is 1000. Okay. Maybe it's too cluttered here. Let me take another sheet and I'll list out again HCF and LCMs there, and then let's see how it can be done. So we found that HCF of numerators was 12. LCM of denominators was, oh sorry, let's do LCM of numerators first. 432. Then HCF of denominators was equal to 100, and sorry, LCM of denominators is equal to 1000. So as per the formula, we know that HCF of the fractions is equal to HCF of numerators divided by LCM of denominators, which is equal to 12 from here, 12 divided by 1000, which is nothing but 0.012. LCM is equal to LCM of numerators divided by HCF of denominators, which is equal to 432 divided by 100, 4.32. That's about it. There is actually another method also to do this. I just want to quickly introduce that to you guys. Whichever you guys prefer, you can use it. Okay, let's see another method of doing this same problem. 0.48, 0.72, 0.108. Among these three decimals, 0.108 is the smallest. So if I want to convert this into a whole number without any decimal points, what do I have to do? 0.108, I need to move this decimal 3 places out, correct? So what I'll have to do is 0.108 into 1000. Actually, I should not write equal to. Let me put an arrow so that it's like a conversion. Okay, so that gives me 108. Since I have multiplied this by 1000, I have to multiply all the other numbers also by 1000. So 0.48 also by 1000 is 480, and 0.72 into 1000 is 720. Remember that we have multiplied by 1000 because we'll have to use that result towards the end. So let's list out all the whole numbers: 480, 720, and 108. Now we want to do factorization. So start with 2. 480 divided by 2 is 240. 240 by 2, 120. 120 by 2 is 60. 60 by 2 is 30. 30 by 2 is 15. 15, let's try 3. 3 divides 15, so 3 times 5. 720 similarly is 2 times, so 720 divided by 2 is 360. 360 by 2 is 180. 180 divided by 2 is 90. 90 divided by 2 gives us 45. 45 divided by 3 is 15. 15, another 3 gives us 5. So 5. 108, again 2 gives us 54. 54 by 2 is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. So, what is HCF? There's 2 repeated everywhere. 2, 2, 2. Looks like that's it. So, 2 raised to 2. And then the next factor common looks like is just 1, 3. Right? Yes. 3 raised to 1. So 2 raised to 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. LCM is equal to, first let's list out all the different factors, 2, 3 and 5. 2 is repeated maximum looks like in 480, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 raised to 5. 3 looks like is repeated the maximum in 108, which is 3, and 5 is just once. So 1. So 2 raised to 5 is 32. 3 raised to 3 is 27 times 5, which is equal to 4320. Now, why I had asked you guys to remember that we have multiplied by 1000 is because we have to divide all these results by 1000. Since to start off with, we multiplied it by 1000, we have to reverse that process. So HCF now becomes 12 divided by 1000, which is equal to 0.012, and LCM now becomes 4320 divided by 1000, which is 4.32. I left out the 0 because it doesn't make any difference if you add zeros after the final digit. So that's it. You guys can choose whichever method you like best. For me personally, I think this method, the final one of starting off with multiplication here, this works the best for me. It's simple. Just remember that towards the end you always have to divide all the results, which is basically HCF and LCM, by the same number that you first multiplied with, which in this case was 1000. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Next, I'm thinking I'll do a series on fractions, so stay tuned for that. And if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get updates as soon as I upload them. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.